guys, welcome. This is Deepika from mytutorialrack.com and I'm bringing to you another interview question. So what the question is exceeding the memory limit possible in a program despite having a garbage collector? The answer to that is yes, because what the garbage collector does, it basically cleans up all those objects which are no longer needed or which are unreachable. What the garbage collector does, it cleans up that memory space and gives you more memory to run your program. But it doesn't guarantee that you will always have a good amount of memory to run your program. You can still run into memory issues despite having garbage collector. So if there are no objects that are no longer unreachable, you still need to have those objects and garbage collector cannot clean them. In those cases, you are going to run out of memory and garbage collector will be of no help. So as a programmer, you should always dereference the objects that you do not need anymore, so that when the garbage collector runs, it always going to wipe out those objects. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover some theory related to this. First answer is yes, it is possible for the program to go out of memory in spite of the presence of a garbage collector. So as I mentioned, even if you have this garbage collector tool available, you can still run into memory issues. Garbage collection assists in recognizing and eliminating those objects which are not required in the program anymore in order to free up the resources used by them. So if you have to free up your resources, then you can run this garbage collector and it will cleans up the memory and it will give you more room to execute your program. In a program, if an object is unreachable, then the execution of garbage collection takes place with respect to that object. So if it becomes unreachable, then only it is going to clean it. If an object is still reachable, garbage collector is not going to remove that object from the memory. If the amount of memory required for creating a new object is not sufficient, then memory is released for those objects which are no longer in the scope with the help of garbage collector. So let's say you are trying to create a new object, and in order to create a new object, you need new memory, right? So what happens is, what garbage collector will do is it will try to find those unreachable objects and it will remove them from the memory. That will give you more memory to create that object. The memory limit is exceeded for the program when the memory released is not enough for creating new objects. So when will you run into these issues is, let's say even after cleaning up those unreachable objects, you still doesn't have the enough memory to create that new object. Okay, and that's when you're going to run into memory issues. So even if the garbage collector runs, it doesn't guarantee that you will never run into memory issues. You can still run into memory issues even with the garbage collector. So moreover, exhaustion of the heap memory takes place if the objects are created in such a manner that they remain in the scope and consume memory. So if a programmer is not descoping them or dereferencing them to null, then those objects are still reachable and then garbage collector cannot remove them. So the developer should make sure to dereference the object after the work is accomplished. Although the garbage collector endeavors its level best to reclaim the memory as much as possible, but the memory limits can still be exceeded. So that issue of memory can still be present even if you have garbage collector running it, because what the garbage collector does, it only cleans up those objects which are unreachable, which are no longer needed, and it wipes them and cleans up your memory space so that you can create new objects. But even if after running the garbage collector, you can still run into memory issues, and one of the reason is if there are no objects that needs to be descoped or no longer reachable, if there are no objects like that, then garbage collector cannot clean up the memory and you will still run into those memory issues. So as a developer, you should be very cautious that every time you are done using an object, dereference them to null so that those objects are no longer needed and garbage collector can clean them up. Okay, but make sure even with this garbage collector running, you still have the potential of running into memory issues. Okay, I hope this question was interesting one as I liked it, and I'm going to see you in the next video with another interview question. So stay tuned. Thank you very much and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye bye. Take care.